Have you ever wondered how much it truly costs to get a financial boost from Shopify Capital? In the fast-paced world of e-commerce, cash flow can sometimes feel like a roller coaster ride. One moment you're riding high on sales, and the next you're facing unexpected expenses that threaten to derail your business. This is where Shopify Capital steps in, offering a lifeline to merchants in need of quick funding. But before you dive in, it's essential to understand the costs associated with this service. Let's explore what Shopify Capital is all about, how its charges work, and what you should consider before opting for this funding solution. What is Shopify Capital? Shopify Capital provides financial support to eligible Shopify merchants through merchant cash advances or loans. The goal is to help businesses manage their operational costs, like inventory, marketing, and payroll, without the lengthy processes typically associated with traditional bank loans. When you apply for Shopify Capital, you receive a lump sum of money that you'll need to repay over time. The repayment structure is designed to be flexible, allowing merchants to pay back a percentage of their daily sales rather than fixed monthly payments. This means that during slow sales periods, your repayments decrease, easing the financial burden. How are charges from Shopify Capital calculated? Understanding the charges from Shopify Capital requires familiarity with three key components. Amount advanced or loaned. This is the total sum of money provided to you by Shopify Capital. Total to remit or repay. This includes the advanced amount plus any additional fees associated with the loan or cash advance. For example, if you receive a $10,000 advance plus a $1,500 fee, your total repayment amount would be $11,500. Remittance rate or daily repayment rate. This is the percentage of your daily sales that will be paid back to Shopify Capital. The rate is determined based on your business's risk profile during the approval process. Let's break this down further with an example scenario. Imagine you received a merchant cash advance of $10,000 with a remittance rate of 10%. If your store earns $1,000 in sales on a given day, you would remit $100 10% of $1,000 back to Shopify Capital. This continues until you've fully repaid the total amount due. What are the fees involved? Shopify Capital does not charge traditional interest rates like banks do. Instead, it uses a factor rate system that typically ranges from 1.1 to 1.13. This means that if you borrow $10,000 and your factor rate is 1.15, you'll end up repaying $11,500. In addition to this fixed borrowing cost, keep in mind that standard Shopify payment processing fees still apply when you're making sales through their platform. What happens if you don't meet minimum payments? For new Shopify Capital loans, there are specific minimum payment requirements that must be met within designated timeframes. 30% of the total loan must be paid back by the 6-month mark. 60% must be paid back by the 12-month mark. Failing to meet these minimum payments could lead to defaulting on your loan agreement. It's crucial to keep track of your repayment progress and make manual payments if necessary to avoid potential penalties. Flexibility in repayment. One of the standout features of Shopify Capital is its flexibility in repayment. Since payments are based on your daily sales revenue, if you experience a slow sales day or week, your repayments will automatically adjust accordingly. This means you won't have to worry about making payments on days when you're not generating income. If you find yourself in a position where you're able to pay off your loan early, Shopify allows for early repayment without any penalties. This can be particularly beneficial if your business experiences an unexpected surge in sales. Who can access Shopify Capital? Shopify Capital is available for select merchants across various regions, including the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Eligibility is determined based on several factors such as business performance metrics and sales history rather than personal credit checks. This opens up opportunities for many small business owners who may not qualify for traditional financing options due to credit history issues. Potential issues and solutions. While Shopify Capital can be an excellent resource for funding your business growth, there are potential pitfalls that merchants should be aware of. High costs. Depending on your factor rate and total loan amount, repayments can add up quickly. Ensure that you calculate the total cost before committing. Cash flow management. If your sales fluctuate significantly and you're unable to meet minimum payment requirements, it could lead to financial strain or default. Limited availability. Not all merchants will qualify for funding through Shopify Capital. Eligibility criteria can limit access for some businesses. To mitigate these issues, always have a clear understanding of your cash flow and projections. Regularly monitor your sales performance and repayment progress. Consider alternative financing options if you're concerned about costs or eligibility with Shopify Capital. While Shopify Capital can provide essential funding for e-commerce businesses looking to grow or navigate cash flow challenges, it's vital to understand how much it costs and how repayments work. By being informed about the charges involved and managing repayments effectively, you can leverage this financial tool without overburdening your business finances. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.